Are we going to cut too? Oh. We're going to cut with the sound effects now. That's what's up. That's what's up. Moosh Boosh. How you feeling?
Listen.
You're so far away from me, sister.
I know.
Like, that's how I feel. I'm sorry to do that over here.
I'm glad you feel like that.
I know, but
I need you this week.
So close. Why?
No, I need that energy from you.
Oh,
this week.
okay.
And Javone's energy. So this is good. This is good because I'm going to be making some announcements. You know what I'm saying? Not on the show, but later on. I'm picking up.
We actually have somebody in between. Thank you, too, darling. In between us today. Like, that's weird. I'm excited. You know?
Oh, a sandwich.
Yes. Something like that. A Moosh Boosh sandwich.
A Moosh Boosh sandwich. I like that.
Y'all like that? What, my mic? I need to be better. His mic. Oh, yeah, you.
Oh, damn, sorry,
Thank you, Names.
We still act like we don't know what we're doing. Yeah, the mic's awesome.
No, we know what we're doing. We just saying what's good to everybody.
Yes.
Feeling good. Shouts out to people joining us. Facebook, IG, YouTube, 10,000 Hours.
The network, baby.
You know?
Yeah.
Concrete, Pink Elephant.
Yes.
More Sienna, please. And can he introduce himself?
Please
or you want to do it
My
like
name?
yourself?
No, your family. You introduce yourself.
All right,
so take the four-way. Let them
hello,
know.
everybody. If you don't know me by now, my name is Javone Dr. Love Jones.
Yes.
We got to put the Javon first, or is it just Dr. Love Jones?
You could do Dr. Love Jones.
I like that. I like to call you. I'm going to call you Dr. Love Jones.
I love Dr. Love Jones.
That's the
I
new
love
one.
that.
What's up, me Paisley?
Yeah, so are we here to talk about love and things I'm jonesing for? Like a spliff, maybe?
Oh, my God.
My mom used to say that I'm jonesing for a spliff.
Your mother said that? Your mom used to say that?
Yeah.
That she was personally jonesing for a spliff?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what's up. That's a cool ass mom.
If she heard me say that, Tamika, why would you say that?
I grew up different. I used to get told I'm jonesing for some licks.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, we get hit. Yeah, Javone's guy needs introduce yourself to everybody out there. Let them know who you are. And
all right, so my name is Javone, as I just told you. I am an author. I'm here to talk about my book. My background is I'm here from Newark, New Jersey. Raised by Guyanese parents, so I have a lot of roots with me. So I'm bringing culture, love, and high energy to this podcast.
Nice. I can use that.
Culture, love, and high energy.
People be trying to take your good energy away, baby. Huh?
No.
Yeah.
It's capped.
Now, I'm a clumsy Pisces, so make sure everything is capped around me. I will break things, fall, trip over my shadow. I'm very awkward like that.
Wow.
But yeah, so we're going to get into the book a little bit. We're going to talk about just a little bit of everything that's going on. I want to touch something. What's new, Sienna? I had something I wanted to say with Tamar Braxton.
Oh, I don't really know the whole story about Tamar. You maybe know more than me. So.
Well, she did. I mean, it wasn't corrected. No publicist came out or anything, but she did try to OD on pills.
That's what I thought. It was something. I didn't want to say suicide. Right. I didn't want to say that. That's the part that I heard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't sure. You looking at his face? Yeah, no, I just didn't want to say that that's what it was because that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. So I didn't want to say it and be like, no, she wasn't trying to commit suicide. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So
no, she absolutely did OD on pills. And I mean, I just want to say, you just don't know what people are going through.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
And these times are so trying because I've never felt like I want to commit suicide, but I have questioned, why am I really here? Like when you start to get overwhelmed with everything that's going on in this world, and this is pre-coronavirus, and just the way people are so evil and so mean, it's just a lot. Somebody like me, especially when you're empathic, it's like, what am I here for then? Like, why? Like, I know my purpose, but at times I have questioned, why is my existence if this world is so disgusting like that? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm good. Trust me, guys. You don't gotta check up on me.
But well, here's a question, and I don't know if Dr. Love Jones can chime in on this or not. Please. But what is considered suicidal? Then I'm not trying to like really go into trying to get people to talk about that more. But I feel like I've definitely contemplated like what it would be like if I wasn't here. It may be better for the world or for people if I'm not here. Because of whatever I'm going through at the time, depressive state or whatever. So I technically would call that a suicidal thought. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, where is that line? Is it like you've contemplated like how you're going to do it? Is that what makes it suicidal? Right. Or is it because I've had the thought that I kind of don't want to be here anymore? I just don't know. So that's why I'm asking.
Like from my personal perspective is if you having plans on saying, okay, I'm going to take myself out, I think that's the suicidal thought, is the idea of saying, no, because we all get to, anybody that's been through depression, I've done that myself.
Me too.
So you have these ideas like, what if I'm not here no more? What if I don't exist?
Right.
I don't think that's suicidal. I just think that that's normal thinking when you're not in the best place in yourself in life, especially if you have questions on why you're here, what's your purpose, if things ain't going right, you're going to feel that, what if I just disappear and just come off the face of the earth?
Right.
But suicidal thoughts, in my opinion, is when you are saying, you know what, I'm about to take myself out.
Like the real, like the plan.
The actual
it's never been that.
I've never gone that far either. But in terms of, I just don't know. I just thought that's like an interesting thing, because I would say the thoughts that I have, if somebody was saying that to me, that if they thought out loud to me, like, I've been having these feelings, like I just kind of don't want to be here. Yeah. That would make me be like, those are suicidal thoughts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be like, well, if they ain't tell me I'm about to go in the garage and close the door. You know what I'm saying? Right, so that's not suicide. I don't know. Right, I feel you. I get both sides.
Yeah.
What do I?
I don't think you do.
You say what?
No, I think, you know what?
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Oh, hip hop. Damn, this is so interesting. I didn't know we were going to pass that.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's
a really good thought.
Let's ask our audience out there. How many? You wouldn't imagine how many people, I believe, have probably asked themselves that question before. Why am I here? I mean, what is the purpose? Like, would it be a better place if nobody even had to worry about me, or my purpose is this, but it seems like I'm not able to fulfill it to the furthest extent. So what the hell? Oh, this world is crazy. I'm trying to be a good person. It's crazy. But yeah, I never set out a date where I just want to. But that is not even good thoughts, I guess. But it's not abnormal.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it's abnormal. I think it's pretty normal for people who are going through depression, because to me, it doesn't seem like a crazy thought when you're depressed. Right. It's only crazy when it's like, okay, you are in a good mood, life is good, and you're talking about taking yourself out.
Yeah, that would be different.
That'd be a little bit
different.
Wait, real quick, guys. On Facebook, Pap just says looking into it and figuring it out, like how you could do it. That's what she's saying is suicidal, I guess. Okay. Mike Frederick, I do even say, think, what if I wasn't here? Definitely suicidal. And Quadria says, we all question why we are here at some point, and it would make a difference if I'm gone, but most tend to come back to reality and not actually act on those thoughts.
True. Yes. True. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I've been in a depressive state where I felt like, shit, this is getting deep.
Yeah, right.
I'm in therapy right now, but I've been at a point in my life where I was so depressed, I felt like that's how I would know the measure of someone's love is if I was to die and their reaction.
Yeah.
Like now y'all all fucked up because I'm not here, but y'all appreciate. So it's almost like a fuck you now. Because now y'all all fucked up because I'm gone. It's just,
Yeah.
It's, yeah. So
I'm
like, wait for a second. Yeah. Right. And that's why at this point in my life right now, I can't allow anything and my good spirit and my innocence and things that I want to do to be disrupted. You know what I'm saying? I'm very sensitive towards that stuff. I don't know if people know. I know I say this a lot because I feel like people are using it as a cliche right now when you say that you're an empath, but when you are, you really absorb the energy of other people. I mean, literally, it's to the point where I will wake up and I've recently, maybe 3 months ago, 6 months, it's been about almost 6 months maybe, I felt like cured it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that it's a psychological thing and it's overthinking. It's want to change everything, want to fix everything, and want to make everything better and just help everyone out. Because that is my being. That is really who I am. But it comes a point where, it's not all my job all the time. And then you see little signs where you just have to say, you know what, I'm going to back off. And it's not about my ego and proving things to anybody anymore, because if it's supposed to be, it's going to be. But what I won't do is jeopardize my happiness, my joy, my inner peace that it took me so long to get. Because listen, I was raised in a very chaotic background. It was a bunch of us brothers, sisters arguing. And knowing how to be with myself and enjoying that time, that's everything to me. People who trust me, that makes me rich. Like all those type of things. And once I start seeing that starts to become compromised, no matter how much I think on the other side, like, dang, I want to do this, I cannot compromise.
There's a level
myself.
Of discipline that you have to like acquire when you start to understand your abilities of being an empath or whatever it is. Whatever it is that
not easy.
You tap into the most when it comes to spirituality. Like when you have to protect that, because you know that it's beneficial to yourself and the greater good of humanity. If you're able to tune into those things, there's a deep level of love and discipline that you have to, attain for yourself in order to take those steps forward. So yeah, that makes sense to me.
But one tip I was given, and being an empath myself, is learn to observe, not absorb. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things as empath we tend to do. We tend to absorb the energy, but not observe it. Mm-hmm. And that's the separation,
and that's a practice and a discipline. You have to train your mind.
Absolutely.
You have to train your mind to stop certain habitual thoughts. Yes. Like there's habit of thought that we create from over and over and over again. It doesn't mean that it's right or real or true. It's just thoughts that we have over and over again. So the moment that you realize that you're living that out as opposed to like what actually is happening, you tend to put more of your energy into what is going on as opposed to like keeping the energy, reserving it to utilize it for like a better outcome and situation.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. And everything is just lessons. And I'm happy when I'm grateful that I have the ability now to see that and stop it and not worry about it, because when you serve a higher source or higher power or universe, once you listen, the next leap over that is going to be something greater. And I keep seeing myself, like I told you, hit the same wall around the same time.
Girl.
It's around the same time every year. And I'm like, what the? So we cutting the cancer off at the head. I cannot figure out who's good, who's bad, who's this. It's decision made.
Yeah, you're right. Real quick, Pap Jess over here says, I think a lot of times people are spending too much time in their heads and not communicating. And so that creates a lot of negative internal dialogue because there's no feedback to break up the theme. And that's absolutely right. Mike Frederick goes on to say, not having a support system in family and love and communication lets those negative thoughts and demons fester.
You know what? That's good. And before I let you jump in, Javone, that's good you say that, because I think I pretty much had the love and things like that. But in my household, in my upbringing, communication was like very low. Yeah. You just didn't talk about your shit. And when you did, you just kind of dealt with it and you kind of figured it out. I think that's why, like, I get paid to talk for a living. But even in my corporate America, I get paid to talk for a living. But it's nice to be, what was I about to say?
You was talking about the communication.
Communication growing up.
Right. Okay.
There we go.
Y'all be on my...
We got you.
Thank you, boo.
We're here.
Just do that. You caught that? Oh, you gave me the alley-oop.
Yes.
Thank you. I caught it. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Best partner ever.
Good job.
So communicating. I'm really big on that now. That's like the prerequisite before even me being an associate of you. Do you know how to communicate, please? Because when you haven't been able to do that damn near all your life and just try to figure things out, now that I have a voice to do that, and when people don't communicate, I just those are not the relationships for me.
Yeah.
Just a level of understanding. That's all. People, you don't have to tell people anything, but just a level of understanding.
Yeah.
Because but what do you got to say about that?
No, I'm with you.
Love Dr. Jones.
Right.
Because the thing that most people don't want, like when you're dealing with communication, certain people are not prepared to hear what you got to say to them.
Yeah.
And that's why communication stifles, because it's easy to deal with someone who is, they not saying how they feel, but they're saying what comes to their head at that point, because you kind of can understand that. But when a person can sit there and really communicate and touch your soul with their words, some people don't like that because they're not ready.
Because they feel exposed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's exposed.
Yeah,
it's vulnerable.
A good word.
Yeah, it's vulnerable.
And that's what causes people to not want to communicate, because they not know what you're thinking than to know exactly what you're thinking can match where they at.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just going to go over here really quick. Let's see. Eddie Harris says it's based on the individual's perception of the person they're communicating with. It's based on the individual's perception. Yeah, that's true. So they can perceive it a certain way, but that's where communication comes from, which should kind of kill the perception and make, the understanding work. And then it's go ahead.
No, because I want to add to you, growing up in the household, because you grow up Caribbean household, especially being a man, it's talking to.
No, I talk at you.
You talk at you.
Do what I say. I don't care if I'm doing it.
Exactly.
I don't care if I do it in your face. Don't do what I do.
And then growing up as a man, suck it up. suck it up.
Oh, yeah. Suck it up.
That's life. Life ain't fair.
We couldn't talk about nothing. You tell your mother, like, Mom, no, I just didn't like the way when you, oh, girl, please. Like whatever it was, it really wasn't that important. Like, you better deal with it. So that's how I've dealt with a lot of things in my life. I've dealt with them, and I think I didn't give myself enough time to, you got to grow through it and feel things. And then once you push it down too far and become numb to it, it just changes the fiber of who you are and who you are meant to be in this world, you know? And I have been, my fiber has been changed a little bit, but not no more. We back, baby, because I refuse. Okay?
Wait. You're so crazy. Real quick, shouts out to the homie Jack Thriller on the check-in.
Hey,
that's
Jack Thriller. We got Jack Thriller coming through.
Yeah.
I like that.
Shouts out to Jack. Word. We should talk about
Level up.
Level up.
Yes.
What does this say at the bottom? What's the tagline? How to start living
your best life now.
Right now. Like immediately now, or like do I have to take steps to get there?
Whenever you decide at this moment, this current moment, you make that decision to live it now.
Okay.
So,
oh, shit. Can I just, before we get into this, before we just get 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes, because I don't want to, real quick. So I just want to get to that so we could go really talk about the book. So anyway, somebody said, yo, you were just taught to stay in a child's place. It was never communication, right?
That is a fact.
That is so good. Canby said that. Shout out to you.
That is perfectly said.
What do you do when you see someone crying for help on a Facebook post? You reach out and then they shut you down on some, okay, I don't know.
I'm good on type thing. Okay, they good. I don't deal with that.
I move forward and be like, they not
because
ready
a lot
to
of
talk
people
about
cap
it.
on Facebook, so they make themselves go and it's a sad thing to say, but some people struggle harder on Facebook than they are in real life.
Oh, that's true too. So
They're just putting it out
there. They're just putting it out there, and to me, at the end of the day, I as a person who's an empath who feel people pain, if Facebook is your only outlet, you need help. And if you're not about doing the help, then there's not much I can do for you.
Right. And one last thing before we really go over to your book, somebody said, as a Caribbean woman, we learn to suppress our emotions. Oh, shout out to you, Marash. I didn't know you were Caribbean as well. Yeah, we just didn't know how to deal with that. But please go off to your book. I just wanted to get that out there.
All right. So the book is called Level Up: How to Start Living Your Best Life Now. I came up with the title from the sense that after I got out of depression, my idea was just level up. I actually did an event in Tamika when we first met. She spoke at the event, and it was called Level Up.
At Rutgers.
Yeah.
Off the campus, like a little cafe.
There's a little cafe off of King. Yeah. At the Rock and Joe Cafe.
Rock and Joe's Cafe.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I carried that title on. And then starting to live your best life now, it just came to me because I wanted to show people that you do not need half of the things you think you need to live your best life. Living the best life is a decision that you make. You make it based off realizing that you got everything that you need. And anything else is just an extra. So when do you start living your best life? When you have money, when you travel, when you are going places, buying clothes, or when you have that peace within yourself, that all these things is just added on, but you are good no matter what, because you don't need those things because you have all you need at this moment. You have breath. That is something you really need. Your heart is beating. That is something you need. So just find a way to appreciate the things that you have because you already have it. And everything else can be attracted to once you work on your energy.
So just to be devil's advocate, I'm always like that. Like, how do you deal with that when you're in the midst of something tragic? Like, if I'm poor right now, like right today, right now, how do I level up right now at the same time? You know what I mean? Because the awareness of what's going on is difficult sometimes to, exceed or go out, take yourself out of. What's advice for when somebody's going through a trying time? That is a great
question. And I would tell anybody is this: are you poor or are you lacking finances at this current second? Because you got to separate it. Poor is a mentality. it's not a financial situation, it's a mental situation. There are many rich people that got money that's poor.
Say it.
Having money doesn't make you less poor or more poor. It's the mindset. If example of, I always say a person with a broke mindset is like a bucket with a hole with it. No matter how much water you put in it, it will be empty at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know? So the thing about whenever you're in a situation, it's temporary, because if you got a job, you might be broke now. You're getting a check by the end of the week. Mm-hmm. If you get paid 2 weeks, then by the end of 2 weeks. And so money is always coming and is always going, is always flowing, is always around us.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So the most important thing is just to find, how do I keep this sustained where I'm not going through periods of me not having money?
Right.
So it's just about how you perceive your situation and not looking at it as that I'm broke, I ain't
I mean, you can
say shit. It's okay.
You can say it? Okay,
shit.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say it.
No,
We can say that on here.
No, but
Say
seriously. But seriously. It's not because you don't got money, you ain't shit. That's real. So you got to recognize that it's just a temporary period that you're dealing with, and you have the means to make it work where you don't have to ever be in that situation.
True.
Yeah, I'm with that. You know, you said something about like, I always say, I feel like I'm the richest I've ever been right now because I've gotten over so much. And it was a long time coming. You know what I'm saying? I used to, and that's what makes me rich. Like things I would react to before I don't no more. Or not that I'm not reactive. Don't get it twisted, okay? Because I could be that. That's why when you said the button today, reset.
Yes.
That was my word today. I
Yes.
saw that. And I was like, you know what? I had to set the reset button before I responded. Because if I respond right now, when you just know you're doing good and people, it's going to be so disgusting. It's going to tarnish everything that I worked on to build myself to be Tamika. I be telling people it's a little bitch inside. Her name Rashida. And she don't want to wake up. She don't.
Shout out to my cousin Ron to check in.
What's up, Rod? What's up? But she sleep and she likes sleeping. She's like a bear. She likes to hibernate. She's cool. Don't leave her alone. You know, she only come out when necessary, when it's like pit bull season, get the money, hustling. That's it. Or in bed. We kind of
Rashida come out in bed,
Rashida
girl?
comes out of bed. She like, sit your ass down. Let me get that dirt.
What is the show about today, Tamika? I'm joking. I just know how we go.
Living in my, it's about all this stuff, right? But shit, what was it?
See, I told you.
Quarantine got me smoked out, y'all.
Tamika's crazy.
You talk about the reset.
Okay, it was about the reset.
Yes,
button.
that was good.
So that's what I did. I sat back. I said, I don't owe nobody nothing at this point, but and I'm gonna hit the reset button. And I usually will overthink. I don't want this and I don't want that. And I hit the reset button on everything. I don't care what somebody think. I don't care how somebody feel. I don't care what somebody. I'm putting me first. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of worked out for me.
It's a word. It's few words that have been coming to me often, and one of them is allow, and that's definitely what it sounds like you're doing more so of than going like fighting, going upstream. You're like going downstream with things and just allowing whatever is gonna happen to just it's gonna be there.
Hey, this is what it
is. Like live in that space. Dr. Love Jones, how do people, or what's a way that someone can keep a steady pace of peace? Because I think that's a difficult place. You know what I mean?
That's very difficult.
Because most of us, like Tamika mentioned, being reactive, not always knowing when to touch the reset button. So how do we keep like the steady level of peace? That's something I think I work on daily.
You see, the thing about keeping peace is that our peace gets tested all the time. People will test us. People are manifested into our lives to test us.
Right.
Situations manifest in our life to test us. So the basis of this is never to take anything personal. That's the first thing. It's not you. They're not looking at you and trying to do something to you as a person. But what you stand for needs resistance. And let's think about it. Let's say you are $0 today and I give you $1 million and you're a millionaire. What's the story?
Yeah.
Right.
You kind of need that journey to get you to one place to the other. So you want to have that opportunity to be in that moment and allow these things to come at you, and you find a way to overcome. Because we all need catalysts. We all need catalysts. Let's be real. Like, I'm 100% with this. It took someone kneeling on someone's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds for us to realize we need to start supporting our own.
Wow.
Right.
That was a catalyst for us to realize we need to get ourselves right. And we need catalysts in our life because that's what make us, because sometimes you need that. I ain't going back there. And the reason why you have your piece being tested all the time is so that once you overcome that, then you know that can't affect you no more.
Yeah. You got to know what you don't want to know what you do want.
Absolutely.
So
like that.
Yeah.
You got to know what you don't want to know what you do.
Yeah.
And what I don't want is unnecessary stress that I can control. Because I always say I'm the creator of my own reality.
Yeah.
So if this is the problem presented in front of me, even if it's not my problem, it's my solution, right? So if this is the problem, I can either be a people pleaser and kill myself, or I can be one within and keep my sanity, do and move forward with the next journey and what I'm supposed to do in this life with the people that want to do it with me.
There it is.
Collectively.
Facts.
Cohesively. The energy that flows. I'm a frequency person. It's just like dominoes. Once you knock one over, look at the effect. And I see where the effects are going, and I'm not. So I got to protect my peace at all time, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. Definitely.
Can I shout out my boy Vladimir over here? He's like,
Vlad.
yo, what's good to y'all? He
What's
was
up,
saying we
Vlad?
sound good. Thank you. Hey, Vlad. Appreciate you.
What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we got some people out here. Who's out here, guys? Oh, hey, country. It's my mom's best friend. We got Marasha Candy. Anissa. Hey, Tamika Anderson. Yeah. Who you got? John Jones, baby. John Jones. Oh, John Jones. I'm on the boys about our episode. What was that? 17?
Oh,
okay. I'm on it.
Thank you.
Because he said it wasn't uploaded.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. We appreciate John. Okay. Thank you, John. Because I don't be paying attention. And they can get away with it.
Perfect.
Look what she open to.
Perfect. It's perfect.
That's perfect.
So,
she said, I heard her say it was
open. So, we talk about this all the time. Sexual transmutation. You have a chapter here saying sexual energy and manifestation. Let's talk about
Let's
that.
talk about it. This is my favorite topic.
Yeah. All right. All right. So the thing about sexual energy is it's the strongest energy because it creates all life. All life is created through sexual energy.
Yeah.
So if you could create life, because it's all energy, it's still energy. But if energy that powerful can create that, what else can you manifest with it?
Utilize it.
I learned
So the thing about sexual energy is that it starts with discipline and knowing self. Now, in my chapter, in the book, I talk about 2 ways you can use your sex to manifest. Whether you're active or inactive.
Okay.
You can do both ways, but know the avenue that you're doing it, and you're not just doing it anybody just for that pleasurable moment. Because yes, it's pleasurable. It's fun. Great
you already
feeling.
know, Javone.
Dr.
Love
Jones,
right? Dr. Love Jones. That's how you made your baby.
Right.
Facts. So, but the most important thing is to recognize that wherever you're at energy-wise, is you're shooting that directly into the universe. So if you're not in a good space energy-wise and you're having sex, you're going to put yourself in situations energy-wise that you don't even understand. And I've been there. I've done that. I understand that. Because a lot of times, if you just go in a situation where you're just lusting over the person or lusting over the idea, then you may get it. It may feel good at that moment, but now you are in a trance because that's what you're going to be chasing, and that's all it is. And then sometimes finances go bad. People, whatever goals they have, they no longer are attacking it the same way. All because you putting your energy into things. You putting your energy because sex is, from a physical aspect, is a lot of energy to go into having constant sex with someone.
Yes, it is.
There's a lot of energy that you're using. And on top of that, if you're not putting that out there for positive energy to come back, then all you're doing is wasting it on things that is not real. And whatever your mind is on, once you hit that climax, is what comes real.
Yo, thank you. Because I said, can I interject?
Go ahead.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Okay. I remember being taught that at this yoga type thing I went to, and Takia talked about it as well, about when you, so SEX, sexual energy exchange, right? So we know that it is the highest form of energy or whatever. And when you climax, that is the time when you really manifest the things that you want and need.
At that moment.
I mean, it's been a while, but the last time I've done that, I promise you, that's how I got on that's how I got on my radio show. Around that time. And I manifested, and it was presented to me in an Uber. Like, you're so dope. You know what? I want to put you on somebody. I promise. It was like the next day. And I was like, damn, this manifestation shit really works. And when you exchange it with that highest form of energy, it's fucking magic.
Yes.
So don't misuse it. I've misused my magic, and it didn't work out so well for me.
Yes,
I
same.
think a lot of people.
I think most of us are doing it wrong. Right. In my mind, I'm really thinking like, bitch, you should have been. I should have been like, I need a house. $1 million.
But do you know the crazy part is?
I'm just thinking all the wasted sex.
But I'm gonna tell you now, a lot of times, we don't really. We tend to question what we want. So
that's the key. Knowing
that's the
what
truth.
you want.
A lot of times we thinking
stating clearly what we want.
Exactly.
That's the first part.
And then when you put doubt on anything, that's the weight that could break. Because in that same chapter, I compare sexual energy to manifestation to pregnancy, because it works the same way.
Yeah.
Because it starts out as a thought. Even before you have a kid, even if it's an accident, it's a thought.
Yeah.
That went there.
So this could happen.
Yeah. And then you energize that thought with any type of emotion. So you get a new car, you got that new car smell, you smell it, you feel the plush leather seats, the car's going from 0 to 50 in like 2 seconds. Like you imagine that feeling. And all before you step in that car, but you imagine it, because that's how you energize it. You put thought behind it, and you put emotion, energy, because we have a bunch of thoughts that go through our head, about 25,000 thoughts an hour. You're not going to manifest all your thoughts.
Right.
But thank goodness.
Thank God, because but if the ones that you put energy to, those are ones that you're putting out there. And then the next thing you want to do is, everything has a gestation period, just like pregnancy is a gestation period. It's 9 months. If it's anything before 9 months, you might have a deformity. After anyone, might create complications. So 9 months is the time that takes. So now, what ideas? Not all the ideas at the same time. Sometimes it takes work. Yeah, so you want to manifest a house. That's a beautiful thing, but it takes work. There's certain things you got to do. Now, in the gestation period is not the waiting period. You still got to do the work to get it.
Right.
So you still got to go out there and make it happen, but you're working alongside the energy. You're not working more than the energy, and you're not allowing the energy to work more than you. It's a balance. And then during these areas, you're going to get tested, because a lot of times everybody talk about what they want. They want this, they want that, they want that house. But yet still you don't want responsibility, because you want a house just so you could go on the gram and say, hey, I got a house. That's not a drop. You got to want it, because it got to be a desire for you. It's not just wanting. Wanting is sin. Desire is the thing that we got to work on.
Everything your heart desires. Like, just be coming to me. No, seriously, just be making sense. That's good shit, man. Thank you.
Yes.
He said yes. He's like, yes, I have a book. It's called Level Up. If you read it, like, that's how he said it. Yes. I do have a book. I'm Dr. Love Jones. Sorry. What's good, y'all? Live, what's up?
Nah, so you will get tested, because the point of a test is to determine, is this something you really desire, or are you just gonna be weak-willed when things hit the fan?
Right.
And then you also, after all of that, once you deal with the test, then you gotta be ready to receive. And this is a crucial aspect of manifestation, because a lot of times you do all the work. You go through the steps, and then that last point, you're like, I don't know if I'm ready.
There it is.
Oh, that's
that fear of success.
Oh, that
Yes.
fear of success. What we're talking about.
Yes.
Especially when you know you're born to be a leader, and people will follow you naturally because you're good. Like you just said, like, look, it's just that je ne sais quoi. That's just it. You can't really explain
How you
it.
spell it? No, I'm joking. Go
Oh,
ahead.
Jena.
No.
But yeah, it's just that je ne sais quoi, and it's scary. You know, it's scary, and that responsibility. But I face it face to face all the time, and it's still uncomfortable sometimes. But I got to push forward to get to where I'm supposed to get.
Yeah.
But I've been scared of my success. Have you been?
Absolutely. I deal with that. I
Still
battle
deal with
that.
it. Yeah.
Listen, I'm dealing.
And I got a book. No. That's how you about to say. I still deal with it, and I got a book. No, definitely. You know, terrified. Terrified because I don't.
Should be having a little one too.
I know. That's sorry. It's the sarcasm. I went on a really. Is this mean to say I went on a bad date yesterday, and that was what I was doing all day. I was just bung, 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 just everything he said. I was like, but and he's like, yo, you got a mouth. I'm like, yeah, man. Sorry. It's a bad.
I hope he ain't watching the show because
He knows it's a bad date. He knew it. Like he got it. He felt it. We felt the energy. First date, yeah. First date. It was not cool. I mean, it wasn't like bad, but it was just like, yeah, we ain't got no chemistry.
Yeah.
How does that work with leveling up in a relationship? People want to manifest relationships and types
all right,
of
so
people.
process 4. By the way, each of my chapters is called process. So reason why I say process, because one, it's a process to get through the information, and you have to process the information. So process 4, building relationships, I do talk about the importance of even using people who you date as leverage for relationships, because not everybody you're going to meet. And this is why you shouldn't try to fuck everybody you date.
Thank you.
Let's be real, because not all
good.
situations is going to end well like that. The moment sex is the peak of any relationship. The moment if you get there too quick, ain't nothing.
Nowhere else to go, right?
And now I'm not a time person, because time is illusion for me. So I'm not gonna say wait 90 days or wait this time. Nah, when it's right, it's right. But don't rush to that point, because after you hit that point, if that's the best it is, and there's nothing like, if you don't have that type of chemistry, just like a bad date, you can have a bad sex partner, and it's and then the worst thing to do is to walk around knowing that you entered someone's vagina and it wasn't good, and you still have to interact with that person.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
If the peen wasn't good, you still had to interact with that person. It's like, because you expose yourself to that person. That person exposed you.
Yeah, right. It's a couple back here.
There's a little young couple over here.
And they just blushing and red and kikiing. Like, what? You know, what's going on? What's the tell us? No,
fresh.
Tell us what's going on.
Young love. Young love. That's
Young
a beautiful
love, the best love.
Yes.
It is. It's sweet.
So, but
shouts out to Takia. She's been saying what's up to you.
Hey,
Congratulations to both of y'all.
Takia,
Yeah.
What's up, coach? What's up? That is my coach. BCE, best coach ever. So and she called me BSC, best student ever. So we had that bond. That's my people. And but yeah, so the thing about relationships, and the best way to get the best relationship is, one, you got to get people that's going to add value to you, and you add value to their life. That's a relationship. Adding value to each other.
That's why I said, we're not here to level each other up. What are we doing?
I mean,
you just want to be regular together and do regular shit forever?
So boring.
I'm not going to be regular with somebody. I'm sorry.
And I feel like that's why I haven't met somebody, because I feel like I'm still regular schmegular sometimes.
But you're not, Sienna.
No, I know, but like for success, for me, we all have different levels of success and ideas of what that looks like. So for me, I love who I am and all of those things and blah, blah, blah. But successful wise, I still feel like there's a place that I have to get and go.
Me too.
And you know what I'm saying?
Too.
And I just feel like that energy will be matched with with my significant other in that respect. I feel like we'll be equally yoked in that
and
way.
they'll bring that.
We'll be able to add value to each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But see, and that's the thing that's why, let me go through each chapter. First chapter is Man in the Mirror, is learning yourself. Second chapter is learning how to love yourself unconditionally. Third chapter is gives passion and purpose. Fourth is building relationships. I went in order for a purpose because you have to start with self, knowing yourself before you start to interact with others. A lot of times people get into these, whether it's a personal relationship, friendship, kinship, businessship, whatever. Yeah. If you don't know your own purpose for that person and you don't understand that person's purpose for you, you could waste each other's time.
Yeah. That's the worst.
So much.
I think that's worse than everything.
Yes.
Wasting the time.
Absolutely. And so in that chapter, I talk about the different type of friends you should have, that you're going to have, that you have, and how to avoid certain friends that's this.
I've been saying, no, oh my gosh.
This is right.
No, this really means a lot to me because I've been in it. No, we're really.
You are. We've been talking about these things, yeah.
I asked God, I promise you, to recreate my circle, and I'm allowing the universe to do it because I'm talking about friends for almost 30 years. I'm like, the old me, it's like, come on, God, really? Like,
yeah.
But now I'm just like, okay, fly, butterfly.
See?
And I'm okay with it because it's a reason. It really is. And I trust the process.
It has to.
Yeah, and some things are just, really are just meant to be in your life for that purpose. Oh man, yeah, that was good. I'm sorry, it just resonated with me.
And I gotta read what can be said. Sometimes you can be sexually compatible with someone, but find out you are not compatible in other ways.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, definitely.
After a while, you start. Not for nothing. I've been sexually compatible with somebody. I had a partner
that's
for
real.
2 years one time, and we were very sexually compatible. But I don't do this thing like this. Sorry, guys. That's why y'all got to go to YouTube and watch the edited version next week. You won't have to worry about me hooking shit up like this. Okay, hold on. Where do I go? See, Rico usually do this for me, but Rico is boo up right now with his boo, with girlfriend. With girlfriend. Yes, here we go. Get CNN in there. There we go. Yeah, Rico usually be on point with the queens. With Auntie. Okay. Are you singing? Oh, no.
That's their boot up song.
Don't.
Yes.
Okay. I was just singing my past life. I think.
Shout out to Rico because they putting you on the spot, bro.
Every show.
I see.
Every show.
Yeah, Rico's
see how he's completely ignoring us.
I know.
He got, come on now.
He does that all the time.
Come on now, Shorty here now. Come on, chill, y'all. Damn.
Call me out. Right.
Oh, lady, man, come on. I told her I was the man.
She knows. It's so cute.
Yes, we love Rico. Yeah. And let me just say this. We heard so many good things about
really
you.
good
Rico
things
loves
about
you,
me.
honey.
So,
Yes. And have Rico back because you gonna want him. You want to keep him while he shooting in the gym, baby. Okay,
that's right.
Yes, because when he get there, don't be like, "Damn, I should have stuck with him. I knew he had." Don't leave him
like,
let the
how
hoes get it.
long do I have to shoot in the gym? No, I'm just how long? Because
couple more jumpers. Coronavirus now, so the game ain't.
We can just chill.
Yeah, we can
just relax for a moment. Off season.
But you know what's something interesting that I learned as well, like through science and everything, and just through cosmology, which is, stars and when you were born, all other stuff. But your thinking, let me see correct me if I'm saying it right, but a lot of your thinking comes from your heart, right? Mm-hmm. And it transfers to your brain. It's not the other way around. Mm-hmm. That's why when you die, and it's actually like a nerve or something that connects. I'm going to get it all together. But that's why when you die, you could be brain dead and your heart still beats, but you can't be heart dead in your brain. Like once your heart is going, it's a wrap.
That's it, yeah.
So that's where I am, and that I connect to that all the time.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'm always thinking from here. So it's a gift and a curse.
Yes.
That's why I'm a type of person that needs a manager, needs like certain things, because I feel like, when I'm doing something for somebody, then they come with the story like, "Because my grandmama gotta die." Now I feel like it's my obligation to fix. So. Yeah, good shit. Go ahead,
all right,
keep on leveling up, baby.
So you talk about the hearts. I have to bring up.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so in the book, I talk about chakra points and understanding the importance of each chakra points. There's 7 chakras. from the root, the sacral, the solar the solar plexus, the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, or really the first eye, and your crown chakra.
And there's mad other chakras. There's like
others.
thousands of chakras in our bodies,
absolutely.
guys. These are just main systems.
The main system
so
ones.
Please always explore and figure out some of the other ones as well. Investigate, because they will help.
Listen, anything you are exposed to, always go deeper with it.
Yes,
you're trying
never
to
stops
learn.
here.
Never stop at what someone tells you.
Thank you, baby.
You know, so like somebody told me something, I came up with a book because I wanted to keep on taking it deeper than just, okay, that sounds good, but how is this applicable? And I want to make a book that's just ain't based on what sounds good, but based on real life experiences and based on how you can use that to better your life. And so with the chakra points, the one thing I want to talk about, the heart chakra. Do you know there's that the heart has one of the strongest energy electromagnetic shields in the world, because there is a energy field that comes from our heart chakra that protects us. It's called the Taurus field. It comes from the heart chakra. So the heart, and is the reason why it's the center part of your being, the center. So this is a very important chakra because that's all love. The love you give yourself, the love you give others. That is where your heart lies. That is your heart energy. And that right there is why you do think from your heart.
Right.
You know, your thoughts, because our brain is just communication.
Right.
It just communicates
Data,
what we're feeling. So boom. All right. You felt that. Now you can say, oh, he touched me. That's a communication because you felt it.
Right.
But if your brain doesn't operate as in on its own, it is programmed.
Yes.
It is something that is programmed onto you.
Yes.
It's like the tower on a computer. The CPU. That is the way that was created by the case of the mind. So now without the monitor, that computer is useless.
Right.
Without the computer, without the CPU, the monitor still could work.
Right.
It may not have anything in it to work, but it's still on.
Right.
It's just like the mind. If the mind stopped working, the body can still work. It just ain't working on anything.
Right.
So the thing that we have to understand is our mind, you have to allow it to be in sync with your heart.
Yes.
And be in one with yourself. That's a part of living your best life, is alignment, aligning your mind, body, and spirit. That's what's important, because when you start to do that, you can live your best life now.
Ooh, oh, you gonna end it
now?
Oh, you gonna end
the
it?
show is over. Do the gavel.
You can live your best life now, baby.
Do the gavel. He said now.
You can live my best life when?
Now, I'm gonna tell you this too. I'm gonna say this too. Another thing. Stop waiting for your taxes to live your best life.
Oh, that's right.
Stop waiting for your paycheck to come and start living your best life.
People want to wait till their paychecks.
Stop waiting.
And their taxes. They do.
Do not wait for anything.
They do.
Think about it.
I just did an experiment. I'm sorry, baby. Go ahead. They do. They want to wait all year. They'll wait all year for an income tax.
Real.
But they can't wait 15. But go ahead, though. We ain't doing that. I'm sorry.
No, the truth is, though, you cannot base your happiness on anything that is not going to be here for long.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Like, think about it. If this book could catch fire, if my happiness is based on this book, it's up in smoke.
Right.
You know, all these things is finite. Do not base your happiness on anything that's finite. What's infinite is your spirit. That came from the source. When you're gone, it's going to go back to where it came from.
Right.
It may come back. You might have to run it back again. You know what I mean? Whatever the situation is. But that's the thing. But that's the reason. That's what you base your happiness on. Something that's going to be here from now until eternity. Because the body is finite. You're not going to look the same 10 years from now.
Right. Damn, it's fucked up. Go ahead. Surgery? Okay.
We get close to it.
You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong.
It's good to be black.
Don't get me wrong.
We get kind of close.
Looking different. I mean, you're not looking the same. Doesn't mean you're going to look worse.
Right. Of course.
It just means that you're not going to look the same. 10 years ago, I didn't look the same. I had
Botox, but anyway, go ahead.
I think I had dreadlocks 10 years ago, so I don't look the same now. That's a
shout out to your hairline.
I went through some.
Shout out to Javone's hairline. Man, still got that hairline.
Salute to my ancestors.
Hey.
So
I did that a little loud. The A, that's going to be loud on YouTube.
Tamika, you realize that now, right? You crazy, right? We're always like Tamika be singing whole songs in this mic like this, like the whole time.
Working on it.
Absolutely. So, but that's pretty much the gist of why I made the book Live Your Best Life Now, because I don't want people to start getting caught up in this material stuff, and that's, oh, you're living your best life. There's many people that got all the material things that you want and still off themselves.
Those are usually the ones that are a little envious of people like me. I'm not trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I'm just saying, it seems like the people that have more materialistic things, maybe more financial gain, are either the ones that's asking to borrow money from me, or they're the ones that have something to say the most. And I'm looking at them in admiration like, oh, I'm going to get there. Because I can achieve that. I mean, I've had it all, lost it all. Had it all and lost it all. I could tear shit down and rebuild it. That's nothing for me. You know? Like I said, it's me always against me. All the time to be my best self. You know? And it's a gift and a curse. Because sometimes when it's me against me, I go against my energy. That shuts me down. But yeah, whatever I was saying, but go ahead.
So,
what do we do?
So the last thing, because we're wrapping this up very soon, right? So I would tell anybody this: make sure you grab this book. It's available on Amazon. If you live in the Essex County area or in New Jersey, you could go to the Source of Knowledge and actually purchase this book as well.
Shouts out Source of Knowledge bookstore downtown North.
Salute to them, definitely. Show me very much love when I went in there the other day. So that's one of the things I want everybody to make sure that if you're a reader, get the book. If you're not a reader, get the book. Because we want information. The information is here. I wrote this book and I released it on May 1st. We was in the middle of a pandemic. How am I writing a book about living your best life now and you in quarantine?
Right.
Even your ability to stay outside is finite. Don't base your happiness on that. Base your happiness on what you have. And that's life. Because life is forever. Even if you transition out of this physical form, life is forever.
Yeah.
Life is forever, and we're all going to try to level up. Let them know one more time where to get the book from and your Instagram and all your information.
All right, so you can get the book on Amazon. Search Level Up, How to Start Living Your Best Life Now. You probably just get to Level Up How, and it will come up for you. You can also get it at the Source of Knowledge bookstore out here in Newark, New Jersey. You could get your book there, and
follow you. Where?
You can follow me on Dr._Love Jones on Instagram. You can inbox me. I can send you a signed copy. You can also follow me on Facebook. You could like my page, Javone Dr. Love Jones on Facebook. You can also like my IG page, Level Up_Best Life Now, with all information pertaining to the book. Because I got some stuff that's going to help you drive this thing home. And I'm not ready to make an announcement on that, but when I'm ready, you guys will know.
That's what's up. When's your birthday, Javone?
May 22nd.
What are you?
Gemini.
Gemini.
Yeah, I'm surrounded.
Interesting.
But he's a different Gemini.
You're different Gemini.
He's a different Gemini.
You're interesting.
My god brother is
a Gemini.
May
I don't know.
Junes are different, man.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of male May Geminis. I know more women May Geminis and more male June Geminis.
Every Gemini that I know that's a male is a June Gemini.
Me too. You're the first male.
And
I'm a Capricorn.
Capricorn.
You know, I'm a Pisces.
Then
I act like one?
Pretty much.
Yes, I don't know. I feel like Tamika's, I mean, she's super bubbly, and I'm not saying that the Pisces I know are not super bubbly, but they're not super bubbly. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not. Like, they have good personality. They're sweet, all those things.
Yeah.
But her level of energy is not like the other Pisces that I know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's wonderful.
It's true.
But it's not the level of energy. Like, I think that their spirit is similar, but the energy is not.
How do they dress? Because do they express it through their clothes? Do they like bright clothes and their hair change? Let me ask you something. This is going to sound vain, but are they cute? Yeah, Pisces cute. I usually know are really fucking pretty. Cute. I swear. No, I'm serious. Like a lot, it says that in our, or they're just really like attractive or whatever. It says that.
I was told that about Gemini women, that they're very beautiful.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, my grandma was a Gemini. It's like,
but I would tell you one thing about Geminis. We embody duality.
Yes.
Indeed.
We find a way to make two things oppose each other work for us. We find it. So that's one of the things that cause us to get called two-faced and all those stuff.
Yeah, but that's true though. It's not two-faced, but you guys don't. It's not two-faced for y'all.
It's not. It's natural for us.
It's natural.
Yeah. Because
and you have to understand them. Like I speak Gemini. My brother's a Gemini. Lord, he called me the other day.
Salute to your brother.
How many? What are we on? 2 on before we take it up.
We on now. Get off.
No, 5 minutes.
I'm joking.
5 minutos. I don't know. That's not good Spanish.
Minutos?
5 minutos.
Is that what minutes are? Minutos?
Minutos. When I was younger, there was a Spanish group called Menudo.
Menudo.
Ain't that Ricky Martin?
Ricky Martin was in it. Yeah.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. That should have the name of the show.
See how we do that, right? You see, right? That's why I was like, I know she was going somewhere, and now we're talking about Ricky Martin. Whoa, 6 degrees of separation for that ass. Like what?
But what I do want to announce is though I'm going to purchase a book for you, and I'm going to actually give it to somebody, and someone maybe as a giveaway or something in the Pink Elephant. I'm not all the way through the book. I'm halfway through it, and I love it. So first, but to me, it's just simple. Like it's like read it, get it. It's not all the overuse of words,
fluff.
The fluff. It's just A, B, C.
That was something that I was actually gonna mention about the book. Like if you're not a reader, like you said, it's not a long read.
No.
It's not one of those reads where it's like, oh my God, I'm never gonna get through this book.
Yeah.
I think it's like a 1-2 day sit down if you really.
I've honestly got somebody that messaged me. Oh, I got the book. End of the day, message me.
I read the book.
I read the book.
Yeah.
You know, so it's an easy read. It's something that's easy digestible, and it's put in a way that you can apply it to your everyday life. And it's a process. So I'm not expecting you to get all in one day, but you have the book. Once you got it, then you can make use of it however you choose and allow it to add value to whatever you got going on in your life.
Real quick, I'm sorry. You mentioned that Takia is one of your teachers, right?
Yes.
Who, just to tell everybody, and I always like to know people that talk about things like this, who are some people that you listen to, lecturers or anybody that you read particularly?
All right. Hopefully I don't go too long with this.
No, just last minute.
Okay. So Les Brown is one of my inspirations because his story and my background is very similar. Also, I watch a lot of Abraham Hicks.
That's my girl. You know that.
Yes. Infinite Waters on YouTube also. And it's a ton of people I'm watching, reading a lot of different books and stuff. So it's one day I'm gonna list them out for people, right? Because I want people to definitely take to just follow this information, because it ain't not just for me. It's a lot of people that's talking a lot of the things I've said in this podcast.
Yeah, but I think the good thing about it too, I can say for even being around you, Javone, that a lot of people talk about it, but you actually, I see you living that a lot. It. You're just really like, man, like you always have a solution when I have a problem. If I ask you something, it's always these aha moments like, yeah, that makes sense. And I appreciate you for that. So yeah, everybody remember, come on now. If you ain't leveling up, I don't know what you're doing out there. Are you living under a rock? How to start living your best life.
Are we done?
Are we done, baby?
I just want to, and I want to just quickly thank everybody for having me on here. Yeah, thank you for the love. I know y'all support me from this and allow me to be able to come and be here. I'm grateful for you guys.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing this, yo. This is dope. I'm certain people are going to buy and read Level Up, How to Live Your Best Life Now. Word. Moosh, Boosh. More Sienna, please.
Concrete Glamour.
Word. We're out.
We're out, baby.
Bye. Thanks, Facebook. Peace,
Thank
Instagram.
You guys.
YouTube. We out.
I've been away from you. I'm still coming back tonight with y'all.
Okay. Tamika.
I didn't think
I'm clumsy as shit. I don't know why men like me.
Shut up, Tamika.